Today we're taking a look at these matches, which are happening on Tuesday, December 6, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus, if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. And make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Syracuse vs Oakland. Syracuse needs to take full advantage of a matchup they are supposed to exploit, particularly coming off a thrilling win over Notre Dame. The Syracuse 2-3 zone should be able to slow down Oakland's offense, which is just the 154th most efficient offense in basketball and shoots the ball at just 44%. The Orangemen should be able to bang the offensive glass against an Oakland team that is being out-rebounded by nearly 10 per game. In addition, the Grizzlies have just the 358th most efficient defense in the country. Look for Syracuse to have their best offensive showing against the inferior Oakland squad and utilize their length to cause problems on both ends. Take Syracuse minus 15.5 points. Syracuse is on a 4-game under streak, averages just 69.4 points per game, and hasn't scored more than 76 points in 7 straight contests. Meanwhile, the under is 6-1 in the Orange's last 7 games, 4-1 in their last 5 at home, and 5-1 in their last 6 played in December. Cover or not, Syracuse will control this game without question. Knowing that the Orange have allowed as little as 48 points earlier this season and gave up just 61 to Notre Dame last time out, it seems like the under is the only way to lean. Take under 142.5 points. Butler vs Yale. The Yale Bulldogs are off to a fantastic start this season with 8 wins in their first 9 games. Yale is coming off a 77-72 win over Stony Brook on Saturday night on the road. The win gives the Bulldogs their best start since the 1945-46 season. Edge Jarvis scored 17 points to lead the Yale attack. Matt Noling and John Paulikitas both scored 11 points to round out the Yale double-digit scores. Yale scored 46% from the field overall and survived Stony Brook's 55% shooting from long range. The Butler Bulldogs have hit their stride in recent games with 2 straight wins, including a win against previously unbeaten Kansas State. The Bulldogs followed up that win with an 80-66 win over Tennessee Tech on Saturday at home. The win improved Butler to 5-0 at home this season. Chuck Harris led the way with a career-high 32 points in an efficient 10 of 16 shooting performance, including 6 3-PT field goals in the game. Harris also had 5 rebounds and 2 assists in the game without a turnover. Manny Bates chipped in with 17 points, 5 rebounds and 3 blocks in the win. Butler shot 51% from the field in the win. In this battle of the Bulldogs, I'm going to lean heavily towards the Bulldogs of the Big East. While Yale is off to an impressive start this season, they have played a very light schedule. Butler plays in a much stronger conference and has a decided home court advantage as they welcome Yale to Hinkle Fieldhouse. Butler will put Yale's perimeter shooting to the test with their efficient defense. On the other end, expect Butler to be patient and get to the foul line as they work for quality shots and take advantage of Yale in the paint. 2 teams on win streaks will meet up and only one will emerge with yet another win. That will be the Bulldogs of Butler. Take Butler minus 6 points. The Yale Bulldogs are 56th in the nation in scoring, with an average of 80.2 points per game. Yale has the 18th best field goal shooting percentage at 49.8% and is shooting 34.9% from behind the 3-point line. Matt Noling is the leading scorer for Yale, with an average of 17.3 points per game, and the forward is shooting 68.0% overall and 37.5% from beyond the line. John Paulikides is the second leading scorer with an average of 11.4 points per game and is shooting 48.1% overall and 47.9% from long range. Bez Mbeng is the leader in assists, with an average of 3.8 dishes per contest. Yale is committing 10.6 turnovers per game. On defense, Yale is allowing an average of only 54.1 points per game, which is 6th in the nation. The Bulldogs are holding opponents to a field goal shooting percentage of 35.6%, which is 9th in the country, and a 27.2% three-point shooting percentage, which is 29th. On the boards, Yale is averaging 41.2 rebounds per game and led by Isaiah Kelly, with an average of 4.9 rebounds per game, while Mbeng is averaging 4.4 boards per contest. Yale clears the glass well as the Bulldogs are allowing opponents an average of only 26.8 rebounds per game. The defense is the key to success for both Yale and Butler. Yale is allowing an average of 54.1 points per game and 35.6% shooting, which are both in the top 10 in the nation, while at the same time, Butler is allowing an average of 64.7 points and 43.0% shooting. The total has finished under in 6 of Yale's 7 games in which there was a betting line. Butler will use a methodical approach to offense and use up plenty of the shot clock with each possession. Take under 132 points. Texas vs Illinois. Illinois, out of the Big Ten, head to the Jimmy V Classic at Madison Square Garden, looking to bounce back from a 71-66 loss to Maryland on Friday night to start conference play this season. The loss was just their second of the season, both to top 25 teams. Terrence Shannon Jr., the Illini's prize transfer portal pickup from Texas Tech, scored 19 points in the loss. Coleman Hawkins chipped in with 16 points and 4 blocks, tying a career best. Meanwhile, RJ Melendez scored 13 points and added a career-high 7 rebounds. The Illini shot 44% from the field and outscored the Terrapins 44-28 in the paint. The Texas Longhorns basketball team has always played second fiddle to the school's football team, but perhaps not this year. The Longhorns are 6-0 on the season, which includes a win over then number 2 Gonzaga at home. In their last outing, the Longhorns took down yet another top 10 team by ousting number 7 Creighton 72-67 at home. The Longhorns' defense was the difference as they held Creighton to just 41% shooting overall and under 15% from 3-PT range. Marcus Carr scored a season-high 19 points to lead the Burnt Orange offense. The Longhorns had 15 assists and committed a measly 3 turnovers in the win. In addition, the 67 points scored by Creighton was the team's lowest output all year. The Longhorns can test their chops in this game away from the friendly confines of the Moody Center in Austin. The key to this game will be the Longhorns' ability to shut down the opposition, particularly from long range. The Illini have shot 48% from the field but have struggled against top-flight competition this season, and this is the toughest team they've seen all year. Texas will force turnovers and turn them into transition baskets. The Longhorns are extremely efficient on both ends, 15th on offense and 3rd on defense. Texas will need to force turnovers to take away the Illini's advantage on the glass and keep them from pushing the tempo. Look for Texas to slow down the Illini's ability to run and cause enough turnovers to pull away from the turnover-prone Fighting Illini. Take Texas -4 points. The Illini come into the Jimmy V Classic having played the 228th most difficult schedule to start the season. The Illini have lost their only 2 games played against top 25 opposition so far this season. The Illini are scoring just under 81 points per game this season, while allowing just 60.5 points per game for a point differential of 20.4 per game. They are shooting 48% from the floor overall, while holding the opposition to just 37% from the field. Illinois is hitting nearly 10 three-point field goals per game, while holding teams to just 5.6 per contest. Illinois is pulling down 40 rebounds per game and have nearly an 8 rebound per game edge. The Illini have been sloppy, however, with nearly 15 turnovers committed per game, but are forcing nearly 18 for a +3 differential. Take the over here.